and then the big chunk pulls away. That's how it should be. Very, very, very nice. For almost a week now, there's been a spot posted on Discord by Devilus regarding the C2 Super Freak. Yeah, the C2 Super Freak is supposed to be running, and apparently it is. Of course, I've been testing and testing and testing. Devilus tested this, as I said, about a week ago, and we're heading right back to that same spot. He also noted no ground bait mix, and the frequency isn't great, so it's really more of a background thing, like semi-AFK fishing. There's not much frequency, but you can get big. Yeah, big C2 Super Freaks. And I've tried a lot now. I even made up a new ground bait mix, hoping it'll work well. I don't know. It's a total experiment. We now know that we don't build ground bait mixes based on the bait anymore, but more based on the fish's preferences, so to speak. And accordingly, we just have to see which ground bait mix would still make sense for the C2 Super Freak. The bait combo is fully mussel based. And again, I've tested a lot. There are various mussel combo options, different rigs to present mussels as flavor and as bait, and that seems to work. So now the big question is, what works best? I just switched for the first time to super small, to tiny, to just corn. You can see it in the corner there, and bang, on the smallest combo, the biggest fish hits. And I'm really curious what it is. And above all, how big it is. C2 Super Freak can get really, really heavy. All right, it's getting tired now. At least it's not pulling away anymore. That's a good sign. That means I can slowly start reeling it in. Very nice. So the setup I'm using here is around 27 kilograms, or more precisely, the drag. Well, the drag doesn't hold quite that much, but with that, I can even fully close it, or run it up to 29 max. We'll take a detailed look at everything in a moment, including the ground bait mix, and I'm very, very, very curious how heavy this chunk is. Haven't had a big one here at Copper Lake in a long time. But it's been chill so far. I've always steered it this way, to the left side, pulling right so it swims left, away from open water. So that actually worked out quite well. All right, we're getting closer now, slowly reeling in with this slow but powerful reel, and let's just see what it is. Oh, here it comes. The C2 Super Freak. Yeah, very nice. Very, very, very nice. A really beautiful chunk. Not bad at all. It had some fight in it, and as I said, took the tiniest bait. Insane. Dude, yeah, it's not gonna hit 40 kilograms. The fight was too short for that. Just before the recording started, it had already been running 2 to 3 minutes. Altogether, maybe 10 minutes of fight. That's still fair. All right, let's bring it in now, slowly. There, 23.8 kilos. See? That's tasty. Good gear. So quickly back to the spot and cast out again. Although, in the first night when I didn't have any ground bait mix out yet, nothing happened at all during the night. I'm hoping we'll get something now. Where do I cast? Roughly in the direction of that tree. You can't see it clearly right now. They're cast out to 15 meters. Tighten the line right away. Do we have something here? Nope, nothing here, or nothing anymore. The line is just lying there slack. So let's grab the other rod. Not a huge bait here either, but this setup has already worked well several times. I'd say let's check out the setups in detail now. So, where are we exactly? First position, the map. We're down in the corner here, a fairly classic spot. Casting out to 15 meters, that puts us pretty much right on the 2 in the area. That's fine so far. As for the setup, or the catcher, it looks like this. The first 3 fish came in like that. Then in the evening hours, nothing at all. You can see it clearly for 20 minutes, absolutely nothing. Then it started slowly. I used a ground bait mix and started testing around again, even tried different boilie combos. Now they're slowly coming in. The best combo so far, classic hair rig, paired with crab mussel 15 soluble, and mussel and fruit, both in 15 and 16. Always these small bait combos, that's what delivered really well so far. Solid stuff, and of course with mussel dip. Then I've got another combo, this one with pellets. So, pepper and mussel with pellets, and mussel fruit M. Not working that well. I think I'll switch that up. Now let's see. Yep, we've already got the next one. Again on crab mussel soluble and mussel and fruit. Here's what bit, the F1 carp. The F1 also on this combo, 2.5 kilograms. So nice, big F1 carp are biting too. That's definitely not bad. And you know what, since we're casting anyway, let's go ahead and rework this one too. Let's do a quick switch, classic combo. Crab mussel soluble, always good to have plenty in stock, and paired with mussel and fruit 16 and mussel dip. Perfect, let's get it back out there. Tighten up again, nice and snug. This setup, I just reworked it. I've been using sinking boilies the whole time. Then I tried snowman rig, didn't work at all, totally useless in this case. Now I switched to a pop-up rig, and that's what landed the big C2 Super Freak. Just with green mussel corn and mussel dip. That's it. Super simple, but worked really well. And all that with a ground bait mix, which, like I said, is more tailored to the C2 Super Freak. That means fatty and protein-rich was the idea. Whether it works, we'll look at that in more detail in a second. Might be the key. Months ago, I also caught C2 Super Freak really well on milk cream and milky boilies. So a protein-fat combo seems to work for it. You can kind of see it likes fatty and milky aromas. So maybe that's a combo where you say, yeah, it goes for that. And so this combo here has been working pretty well so far. Let's take a quick look at the ground bait production. You'll see it better that way. All right, here's the ground bait mix. This is the full thing. I took the fattiest base, sunflower seeds. There are various oil seeds, flaxseed. And what else do we have? Rapeseed, right? So I figured sunflower seeds make a nice fatty base. Then cheese, fat and protein, milk powder, not bad either. Maybe a bit sweet, but also rich in protein. If you're standing here mixing it up, not for PVA, but as balls, maybe try condensed milk, that thick sweet cream. Sadly doesn't work in dry mixes, only in ball form, but might be a great way to add a rich sweet note, could totally work. Then more protein components, plus some nut as fat. We've got mussel in there again, and a nut mix. And the whole thing also has aminos, so full amino acid chains included. So far it seems to be working well. A really nutritious ground bait, and the C2 Super Freak seems to like it. Now the big question, does it work best with mussel? Best with mussel and fruit? Or maybe will it actually work again with cream and milky aromas? So far, mussel is doing really well. That's something I never tried for the C2 Super Freak, but seems like a solid option. I'm curious what else we'll get. I'll keep testing for a bit and try different boilies and bait aromas too. The ground bait mix itself is fairly neutral, so now we can test a bunch of different flavors with this mix. Maybe even just with pop-up corn. Try various aromas. Maybe cream works best. Coconut cream, caramel, all worth a try. Boom, next one just hit. Again, crab mussel soluble and mussel and fruit. And who do we have here? The first mirror carp. Whoa, wait. I think it's the second one. There was a smaller one earlier. Yeah, so mirror carp too. Well, not exactly what we want, but back out it goes. If it gets us through the night, not bad either. So now the big question is, how long will the weather hold? It's been at normal temperature for over a week, almost 2 now. Big question, when will the water temperature change? So test for as long as it works. Also still working down here, orange ogon on 32. Trophies are still being caught at 30 meters. There's already a video on that on the channel. So get down to Copper Lake, test. Saw in Discord, up in that area you can really go for volume 2. We tested it live, just with pop-up cream, 5 and clip, boom, full attack mode. That still works. So right now, great opportunity. Copper Lake still has normal temp and things are going really well. If this helped, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. It helps me a lot. And I'll see you in the next video or in the live stream, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, always from 7 p.m.